If you haven't already tried out Webull, they're giving away more free stocks when you sign up and fund your account with any amount or transfer over. And you'll get $5 worth of any of these coins when you make your first crypto trade worth at least $1. So sign up with my link in the description below. Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Foxtail Digital coming to you again with Black Girl Stocks. And this is another segment of our top 3 option plays this week, where we're just gonna go over a few different trades, stock fundamentals, and different strategies that you can do to make it through, okay? But if this is your first time watching this video, please make sure that you click that thumbs up button for me. It really helps the channel. Also subscribe and click that notification bell so that you get notified anytime I upload a new video for you guys. And scroll down below to check out our new Trade Stocks for Life merch with the nutritional facts in the back. All right, and just a recap on last week's trades. So the 3 stocks that we were looking at were ABBV, SAVE, and UAL. All right, so we did have a short trading week last week. Now, ABBV was a bullish position, pretty much a continuation of this uptrend where we hit this high of 175, but it did have a bit of a pullback. The company is expected to do well with their blood cancer drugs and their immunology treatments. So long term, this is probably going to be a good play. But as far as our position goes, it did not reach our entry of 172. So this stock was a no-go. And next was SAVE. This is Spirit Airlines, and this was a bearish play. So we were looking at the 25 puts for May the 20th. When we were looking at them, they were starting around $1.40 for the premium. They have dropped a little bit. So when we were looking at this, it started around $25.47. Now we had an entry around $24.50. So it hasn't essentially reached our entry yet, but it's still moving along that way. All right, and lastly, this was our star play of last week. This was United Airlines. When we were starting this was around $42.42. Now this was a bullish position. We were looking at the $43 calls for May the 20th, and the premium was around 2.95. And you'll see that the stock has pretty much increased a majority of last week Thursday. So it hit this high of 46.51. As far as our actual calls, you'll see that we reached a high of $5, and this was on last Thursday. So this is where it reached maximum profit on last week. So that was for the UAL position. And now let's get into this week's trades. The first stock is Uber, and right now it's trading at $31.79. So you'll see long term, this stock has pretty much been in a downtrend. It's been trading below both our 50 and 200-day moving averages. Our MACD line has moved below our center line here, so it's trading below that, you know, maybe having a bearish crossover here. Our RSI has been oversold for a while, and it looks like we are possibly going to experience a bearish crossover of our 50-day moving average, this white line here. So yeah, seeing it move below this support around 31 would be a good indication that it's going to continue in that downward pattern. If I was going to have an entry for a bearish position, I would have my entry around $31. Looking at the options, we have pretty decent implied volatility and premiums for this. I'm going to do the May 13th puts for the 32 strike price. Kind of a small open interest in volume, but they have a decent delta, decent theta. And the next stock is GOLD, gold.
I love gold.
And right now it's trading at $25.38. Now, this is going to be a bullish breakout trade. And this actually came from the Discord group. We've had resistance around $25.49. So seeing it move above that would be a good indication of this upward trend. Also, the MACD is trading above our center line here, and it looks like we could have a bullish crossover. If I was going to get into a bullish position on gold, I would have my entry around $25.90. So it's not far from where we are now. That would just be a good indication that we could continue moving upwards and break out above another resistance that we have here around $26. So all breakout trades, you want to look for higher than average volume. So our option premiums are pretty good here. A fairly neutral implied volatility. So for gold, I'll keep the same expiration date, May 13th, and I'll pick the $24 calls. It's actually fairly in the money, where we have higher volume and pretty decent delta. Bid and the ask is pretty close. So that's something that we can do with the gold once it reaches that entry price. All right, and the next stock is Apple, one of our favorite stocks. And right now it's trading at $165.07. So you'll see that we reached this high of about 180, kind of hit around that twice, and we started moving downward where we are right here. So we're right at the orange 200-day moving average. Now, it could continue moving downward past that 200-day moving average and start a downtrend. Kind of a rule of thumb, anytime you have a high and you have a loss of under 10%, then that's a healthy correction, a healthy pullback. Once it starts to move past 10 and into the 20, then that is moving into a downtrend. We're still right within that range, and it is right where the 200-day moving average is. So it could use that as support and continue moving in that upwards trend. So I want to be bullish and bearish on this stock, but I'll have different entry target points for each of those. Join the Black Girl Stocks Options Trading Discord group for my weekly watch list, trading strategies with entry and exit points for your trades, day trading and swing trading ideas posted throughout the day with AI technology, tips, and a community of over 300 options traders. So click the link in the description below to join today. You'll see we are trading below our center line on a moving average, but it looks like we could have a possible bullish crossover. Our RSI has traded below the 40 line here, but it does look to kind of be moving upwards. So now for a bullish position on Apple, I'm going to have my entry target around 166. So we closed the day around 165. Seeing the stock move back above 170 would definitely be a good indication that we're moving in and continuing that bullish movement for Apple. But on the opposite, if I was going to enter a bearish position, I would have my entry around 163. So that's a couple of dollars from where we are here, but that was just a low that we had during pre-market, and seeing the stock move below that going into the remainder of the week. Implied volatility looks very low. For the calls, I'm going to pick the May 20th expiration date, and I'll look at the 165 strike price. So you see it has a very high volume, 24,000. This is a very active trade, but the premium's about $600. You can move a little bit further out of the money here, so you can go upwards of, 175 and 177.5. Just know that the delta is going to be a little bit lower, but we have a low theta for these, so you can hold on to this for a couple of days, pick further out of the money for lower premiums. The bid and the ask is fairly tight for these, so very active stocks. And then on the flip for the puts, I'll pick the 160 put, and you'll see that this is a little bit out of the money here. Still has a high volume, high open interest, almost 40,000 for the open interest, and it'll be about $400 for the premium. Fairly decent bid in the ask spread, 4.05, 4.20. Let me know in the comments below what you think about having entries for bullish and bearish positions. But that's going to be it for this week's top 3. Make sure you check out this video we have on how to pick the right options for your trades. Okay, so this is going to help you pick out the best expiration date, the best strike price, calls and puts. So make sure you check this video out, okay?